Hi, I'm Jamie and I'm here today with Jack to talk about the topic of secure productivity. So could you firstly just say, what do we mean by that?
Sure. So secure productivity is one of the themes inside Workspace, and it's all about how do you deliver access to Workspace, so desktops and applications, to your end users so they can be as productive as possible. So the technology is not getting in the way of them being productive, whilst getting that balance right between security and productivity, because that's a difficult thing to do sometimes. And it will require customers to modernize their approach, the technologies that they use. But the benefit of that is your end users will benefit from an increase in productivity, an increase in security.
That actually really resonates with the experience I have kind of helping our customers to understand what's different, because actually that whole concept sits around how different workspace delivery is these days. I mean, effectively, your personas probably don't match what they did 6 years ago, and there's all sorts of different demands on a business to attract, retain, keep talent, and to actually deliver the workspace wherever the person is. That's not a luxury anymore, it's kind of what's required. So what technologies do we tend to use, or how do we tend to define the solutions to this problem?
So if you want to increase productivity without compromising security, it starts with the foundational stuff. So helping customers understand what is the most appropriate way for them to deliver apps, desktops and workspace to their end users. And it might not be one size fits all. You often find that there's certain use cases and personas that may require virtual desktop or virtual apps, whilst maybe other personas require a premium device managed by an MDM, like Intune, for example. We're also advocating that customers should be adopting latest and greatest versions of the operating systems that they're using. So, for example, if you're a Windows house, that's going to be Windows 11. If you are able to deliver applications and access to data on Macs, then that's going to be the latest version of the Mac operating system. We're also seeing an increase in customers starting to adopt things like Chromebooks or doing productivity tasks on mobile devices as well. And there are great ways of you being able to deliver access to those applications so your end users can be productive when they're not sat in front of a laptop, whilst also containerizing the data. So that's a good story that allows you to get that balance right, but people can still be productive when they're on the go on their mobile phone. But we're not worried about the corporate data being leaked if that device gets stolen or the person leaves the organization. There are also other technologies like, for example, generative AI is top of mind for lots of our customers. So things like Microsoft 365 Copilot, if adopted in the right way, and if you've got the right data governance being applied to your data that sits in SharePoint and OneDrive, you can get some real clear, tangible benefits from that. But it's about, again, identifying use cases, so it comes back to personas, and how can you use that generative AI technology to make sure you get value from that investment that you've made. Other technologies that fit around the periphery, such as printers, life cycling of your devices, how do you manage that? Hardware asset management, that sort of stuff. Softcat's got some really robust services that we can provide to customers that take away a lot of the overhead and management associated with that, so that you can adopt these more modern ways of working. Based on what I've covered there, Jamie, are there any other ways that you're helping customers deliver productivity and workspace better today?
Yeah, so I mean, the topics of the different workforce, the different expectation can actually be addressed in quite efficient ways. So that is to say that by looking at the workspace anywhere delivered securely piece, you're addressing the need, but you don't also need to do an extrapolation of cost. Some of the services that we offer will be lifecycle services to get the device in the right hands at the right time. It will be a managed service around actually the workspace delivery in the right place at the right time. And by virtue of these being services that we deliver to make sure that you're assured of the security of that workspace, then actually you've made more efficient and met the objective in question.
And on the security topic that you just covered there, Jamie, we believe that the best way for you to deliver that security is to use modern security products that integrate with each other. What that allows you to do is get your endpoint security products to communicate with your identity security products, and your identity security products maybe communicate with your data security product, so that if there are any compromises, let's say on the endpoint, we can revoke access to corporate apps until that compromise is resolved. That delivers a better experience to end users and also means that your ability to recover and be resilient is also raised from a security perspective. So that is a better way of delivering productivity to your end users whilst also keeping it secure. So those two seemingly opposing forces can actually work together through that integration and that communication of those two back-end services.
Yeah, because actually delivering an agile, reliable workspace will by virtue be secure if delivered as a larger service, and so you're achieving both things at once.
Brilliant. Thanks, Jamie.